Okay, so long arm kits. This is the perfect example of why your Cherokee could use a long arm kit. So as you can see, the back half of the shock bracket is hitting the lower control arm. Therefore, that's dead there, bud. Anyway, so even now, like, that is all the down travel this axle has. So no matter how you wheel, it won't go past that point because it's contacting the lower control arm. So if we bring the lower control arm out here, now all of a sudden we have ourselves probably another 3-4 inches of down travel. You are a gem. Alright. So, come on. Thank you. Control arm hits, no bueno. We extend it out, we have more down travel. Obviously you can't sit here and go any lower than that. Which you're also going to find out that it's very hard to put your zone 4.5-inch lift kit in with the spacer on top of that, because you have to put it in under tension. Because this is supposed to wiggle a little bit, and it is not. So while Cody fights to get this out, I have my own dilemmas to go deal with. Good. Okay, with the front axle pulled, we are, I don't know, it's late. Oh yeah, after this, we can cut the mounts off, get our brandy new cross member finished up, look through once again. A couple of the welds are a little iffy. So we'll get that all cleaned up, get our control arms finally made to perfection, of course. Can't have anything less. I don't know where we're gonna end up after this, so let's go. Alright, so now we're gonna put our new flange onto the rear shaft. But first we gotta get this old U-joint out of there, because why not? It's something we can get rid of and change right now. So I already took the clips out, couple love taps with the hammer and a chisel, work the clip back and forth, pair of pliers, pull it right out. Now the next step is we're just gonna put it in the vise, smack it around a little bit. Just not gonna get the axle in there, and then around here we want to whack it. Shouldn't be sweet. What's that help? It's trying to help. Anyway, now she's out, we'll clean her up real quick. Alright, now I'm going to run a rag through this real quick, and we'll get the new U-joint in. This is way harder than I remember it being.
Then you put it in the vise.
Okay, now with a needle point, we're going to fill the end cap with some grease, and then once we rotate it around a little bit, make sure every cap got some grease into it, it'll be ready to get thrown back into the Jeep. Okay, she's ready to go back in the Jeep now. Okay, so now we're on to the part where we need to modify the new trans cross member. Get that mounted so it'll hold up the transmission by itself. And I will dive more into like what's special about that in a minute here. Yeah, Cody cut off the lower control arm mounts. We might leave the upper ones in just because we don't feel like dealing with it. We might have to take them out. We're going to find that out later once we get everything tacked up, and we're going to run the suspension through its motions to make sure it clears everything and our control arm placements are correct. But with that, let's get it going. By the way, it's cold. Hot chocolate was needed today. Let's get it. This is I didn't think it was gonna take this long. But we're going back through some of the welds on this 3-piece cross arm, cross member. I'm sorry, I've been huffing burnt paint fumes. This is terrible. So anyway, we're going back through the cross member, redoing some of the welds that were a little bit judge worthy. A lot more than we thought. So we're just going to go through it, weld all this up, and then we'll actually progress on with this. So much clearancing. Hey everybody, welcome back. So here's the fun and exciting stuff today on Noodle's Garage. Now that we spent probably more than a day on Cody's cross member for the long arm kit, we spent a good majority of the day catching up to be able to get this video going. It was just taking so long to do. So what we ended up doing was redoing a bunch of the welds because we didn't really like them that much as a support concern. So now what we're doing, Cody found some, actually I had some shocks that I found and then Cody noticed them. So now we're putting a little bit longer shocks on the front, and then we are also going to be putting the long arm kit on today. As you saw from the last clip, Oscar was welding up our mounts that me and Cody tacked in this morning, and then he showed up this afternoon and has been welding them in while me and Cody have been going and getting other little things together, like his pump, his power steering pump, and those shocks. Okay, that's enough of me blabbering. Let's get to it. So in conclusion of the axle going in, we have now gained a little bit more droop, just a little bit. We can now put the spring in without it being under tension. We still have plenty more to go before we bottom out here.
We added shocks.
We added some nice, whatever I had laying around shocks. So that gave us extra droop on top of all this. Plus they're still good, so they actually will do their job.
JKS track bar.
A JKS track bar from a JK. If you don't have the different mount for the upper side, you cannot run this. Lastly, we need to bolt up drive shafts, get brakes on, do the rear brakes, bleed all the brakes.
We added those lines and new.
Yes, we also added these lines. New lines up front, hoses and calipers. Calipers and hoses sponsored by Noodle's Garage. Let's go. Okay. And slowly but surely we are ticking away at this list here. And then probably the rest of our day here today is going to be engine bay, valve cover gasket, new power steering pump. Clean up the engine bay like this much. Not this much, this much. This much. Not going too crazy here. Alright, let's get to it. Alrighty, so we got her up, flex test, coming to find out she sits a little bit off to the passenger side. She's got a little bit of a lean to the passenger, but she's rocking, she's rolling, she's ready to hit the trails, baby. Whoever you are, hello.
Hi.
Oh, it's Lily. Hi, Lily. And clearancing wise, we are doing plenty well. Our clearances here fit real nice. We checked the other side. It gets probably yay close to the drive shaft, but the back end starts coming off the ground at that rate. Aside from that, we're looking fairly well. So now we can really move on into the snorkel, get these rear brakes wrapped up real good. And hopefully our next video is going to be this thing out on the trails. So Cody, was it a good thing we did the motor mount?
I'd say so. I'd go out on a safe limb and say that this, yeah.
Oh. Oh.
But now it's new.
Nice.
Nice and new.
Look at that, baby.